In life of Veterans Day on this Veterans Day. Good morning to Alan Reyes with the USO and Brian Stand, president of Hire Heroes USA. You know, this could be a real crisis coming up, Alan, as the Army in particular is downsizing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an important time for us as a community, as a society, to make sure that we're supporting as many transitioning service members in that transition back to the private sector.
So, Brian, you've picked out 3 Army posts in particular that you're working together on. One of them right here in Texas, Fort Hood.
Absolutely. You know, we do over 100 workshops year-long at bases all over the place, to include not just the continental U.S., but we've gone to Germany and bases overseas as well, because there's many veterans and service members that transition out of the military from these overseas posts as well. And what we're trying to do is create this network of assistance for them. And, you know, when you haven't been in the job market in a number of years, as we all know, it's unfamiliar territory. And you need to do a lot of things that you may not have done in a long time, like create an effective resume, truly be able to communicate your skill sets and deliver a value proposition in a language that has no military jargon, but a language that every civilian employer can understand. And you want to activate your network. You know, as service members, we have massive alumni networks that have already transitioned, that are already working the civilian workplace. We help them to leverage that network as well, so that they can get the best opportunity at not just finding a job, but a true career.
Right, right. And Alan, when I see USO and the sign behind you, I think airport lounges, coffee, and donuts. Obviously, you have seen and sensed and been told about a much bigger need than just layovers at the airport.
Absolutely. We are proud of everything we've done with the to serve our troops and their families with the USO for nearly 75 years. You know, we are all about connecting our service members to family, home, and country. So those spirit-lifting services like those airport lounges, like our entertainment tours, are absolutely part and parcel of what we do. But we see that that connection is also important to make sure that we're connecting our service members and their families to their next chapter of their lives. You know, every active service member is a future veteran themselves, so we need to make sure as the USO, because we're so plugged into those communities. You know, as you mentioned, we're there in Fort Hood on post there, making sure to serve the soldiers and their families. We do that around the world, and we know that from what we hear from our service members and also from the military community, that this particular service is an important one for the USO to get involved with.
Brian, this also extends, though, online, because some folks are not at the large bases like Fort Hood. So there's an online component as well.
There absolutely is. In fact, the predominance of the work we do with transitioning service members is remote service delivery. You know, we can help them from afar by developing and crafting from scratch an effective resume that we can then tailor to every individual job that they're going to apply for. You can do an effective job search and come up with a plan for your transition from afar. You don't need to be both in person to do that. We do a ton of practice interviews over the phone, via Skype, GoToMeeting in different ways. Yep. And what the USO has done for us now is we've helped thousands of service members find good, meaningful careers. But next year alone, the USO's empowerment with this 360 Alliance is going to help us to reach between 15 and 20,000 transitioning service members and help them find meaningful careers.
Terrific. Thank you both for your work on that on this Veterans Day in particular. We have more information on the USO and Hire Heroes USA on fox4news.com.